Rising utility bills have forced businesses to rethink how they manage electricity costs. For some, that has led to costly investments in technology for energy efficiency and sometimes costly mistakes. Meet Blake, the VP of Engineering for a major airport hotel. Blake pushed through the purchase of a high-tech HVAC system last year. Unfortunately, it hasn't delivered the expected savings in electricity use. The system's centralized controls can't handle the fine-tuning needed to reduce consumption without a negative impact on human comfort. Just last week, the CEO at Blake's company showed a graph of how electricity bills were rising faster than revenues. Then he looked at Blake and demanded, "What are you going to do to keep energy costs from eating our profits?" That was the question that kept Blake awake that night. The next morning, Blake called an expert he had met at a conference. The expert told him about a new system from a company named Smart Grid Billing. Its cloud-based software communicates with the building's smart sockets and thermostats, and also moderates a real-time dialogue between the grid and the building's smart meter. Blake asked the expert to tell him more. The expert explained that the software monitors and controls electricity real-time at the individual device level. It turns off power whenever the average load exceeds a threshold. This keeps the hotel from being bumped into a higher pricing tier. To Blake's surprise, the system also enables users to earn money for the energy they save, known as negawatts, during demand response events. Smart Grid Billing bids the negawatts into the hourly ISO market and shares the proceeds with its customers. "That's for us," thought Blake, "automatic rewards for being efficient 24/7. The CEO shared Blake's excitement. Soon the Smart Grid Billing system had been installed, and Blake signed on to the Smart Grid Billing server to set up profiles and levels of access. His managers have an app for their mobile phones that lets them see real-time usage and override programs if desired. By month 2, the system had significantly reduced electricity usage without impacting air quality in the hotel. Blake felt confident enough now to sign up for the Negawatts program. Smart Grid Billing sat down with Blake to review the historical data and to figure out parameters for demand response events. 6 months later, Blake smiles when the management team sits down to review the quarterly results. The engineering department is no longer just an expense center. It's a revenue generator, too. Blake enjoys his new status as a business genius.